All right, so we've got a really interesting story here about Joe Biden, and to me, it's actually a kind of scary one, and I'll explain to you why that is. But basically, if you don't know, Joe Biden has been having gaffe after gaffe after gaffe. Okay, he said things like, we believe in truth over facts. He got the cities wrong of the mass shootings that occurred. He said that, poor kids are just as smart as white kids and, a bunch of other stuff. Guys, he called the the previous, prime minister of the UK, Theresa May. He called her Margaret Thatcher not once but twice. Margaret Thatcher, she was in like the 80s, I believe. She was the prime minister. She was horrible, by the way. It's pretty crazy, dude. It's getting really bad. He clearly does not have the mental faculties to be president of the United States of America. Simple as that, point blank, done. He should drop out. This is what's scary, okay? So this from the Hill. It says Biden allies float scaling back events to limit gaffes. It says allies to Joe Biden have been floating the idea of altering the former vice president's schedule in an effort to reduce the gaffes he has made in recent days. The allies, growing increasingly nervous about Biden's verbal flubs, have said it's an approach that has been suggested to campaign officials on the heels of the former vice president's stumbles. Quote, he needs to be a strong force on the campaign trail, but he also has to pace himself. I think you'll see the same schedule and maybe even more Joe Biden. Everybody wants to see Joe Biden be Joe Biden. If he's held back in any way, that's almost the antithesis of who he is. I think it's the wrong approach. So basically, what's going on here is there are some allies who are basically like, yo, there are too many back-to-back gaffes that make him look horrible. By the way, another one was that he claimed that he was president during, I believe, the Parkland shooting it was, when he was out of office for like solid 2 years at that point. That was like solidly into the Trump presidency. But look at this, man. This is what's scary about this to me, okay? To me, this means we know that Joe Biden does not have the mental faculties to be president of the United States. He's literally incapable of being able to campaign without all of these insane flubs that are indications that his mental faculties are simply, insufficient to be president. And what we're going to do is we're going to con you guys. We're going to hide it from you guys. We're going to try to hide from you the fact that this guy cannot mentally be president of the United States. That's what's scary to me. It's like you're conning us at that point. You're frauding us. You're defrauding us is what you're doing. That's not okay whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? If your strategy is like, yo, this guy clearly doesn't have the, mental ability to be president. And so what we're going to do is we're going to try our best to hide that information from the American people. That's not cool. That's shady as fuck. That is not okay even in the slightest. And that is what's scary to me. But here's my solution, okay? To the allies who are concerned about his mental flubs, here's what I'll tell you. Do you really want someone with the same or possibly worse mental faculties than Donald Trump? Donald, the oranges of the investigation Trump. Do you want someone with the same mental capacity or even worse than Donald Trump? Of course not. So I have an easy solution, Joe. Drop the fuck out.